let us go to the one and only, the man who who knows how to 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 get us excited, get us hopeful, get us, be at the place where we're all supposed to be, get us to see the rumble, that rumble that is now almost, and all of us are, everybody's driveway, you can feel that rumble is right there. Brother Mike Ellis, please tell us what you think about now that we are moving forward and the gratitude that we have within us. You take it from any angle, sir.
Yeah, no, thanks, Bob. A good introduction. I'm not sure I can perform like you want me to. Mira, what you said was absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved everything you said. And gratitude really is the key. And you said one thing that I thought was very, very interesting. You said you have tremendous gratitude, as you should, but you're not quite sure why. And I want to touch on the why, because there are a lot of reasons within ONPASSIVE. Once you understand why, not only do you have gratitude, but you wake up with a step in your why. I mean, you just feel really, really good. But before I get into the why of ONPASSIVE and why be grateful for ONPASSIVE, I want to start where Mr. Mufareh is. And Mr. Mufareh started this journey with the understanding that his gratitude is with God, period. And he does that with no apologies, nor will I. Once you start with a spiritual base, you understand that God is really in control. And if you have him on your side, everything is cake. It might be hard, but it's a piece of cake. And that's where Mr. Mufareh starts. And if you start there, you're in a really, really good place. And then we come into ONPASSIVE. Why should we be grateful for ONPASSIVE? Obviously, we're all grateful because of Mr. Mufareh, what he brings to the table, his vision, his heart, the amount of care he has for each and every one of us. That's a tremendous thing, and you should be grateful for that. But you start to think about what Mr. Mufareh has developed, and I'm going to put it in very, very simple terms. This is not hard to understand. But if you think about the new digital infrastructure that Mr. Mufareh has developed, honest, clean, ethical, efficient, secure, you have something that has never been there before. And a lot of people will hear that and they'll go, well, I mean, that sounds nice, but we really already have that. I mean, you can go online, you can do everything you need to do online. It's all there. You just go and do it. No. What Mr. Mufareh is bringing online, you have to understand that. If you understand this, you understand where we're at and how unique we are. What Mr. Mufareh has developed, and it's a done deal. It's here. It's ready to go. Has never been there before. It's not online right now, guys. Honest, clean, ethical, efficient, secure. It's not there. You cannot find it. In fact, when you go online, everything that's there right now is stacked against you. It's not there for your pleasure. It's not there for your benefit. It's not there for you to build a business. It's there for other people to take your money, period. That's what it is. And that's business. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Mr. Mufareh is changing everything with a new digital infrastructure. And what does that mean? Obviously, you come in, you start to understand that, and your first question is, okay, what does it do for me? Because that's why we're here. What is it going to do for you and I? And when we start to think about it, you have to start thinking about a business plan. And if you've ever been in business for yourself, you understand that developing a business plan and then implementing it, it's a really, really hard thing to do. To come in, it takes about 2 to 3 years to develop a business plan and implement it. Then it takes another 5 to 8 years to actually get into profit. And if we look at Marty, Dan, and I, and what we've done over the last 10 or 12 years, developing a business plan and implementing that business plan, what does it exist? What exists in that plan? And it's really, really complicated. It's really, really hard to do. Number one, you have to have an online shop. And when I talk about an online shop, you have to find something online that you can market and sell. Okay. ONPASSIVE. What do we have to be grateful for? When you look at ONPASSIVE and you look at the products of ONPASSIVE, you know the products of ONPASSIVE, number one, they're going to be superior. Technology is going to be superior to anybody out there. And I know a lot of people on this panel, you know all of this stuff, but for the individuals that are new and just looking at ONPASSIVE, when you understand this, you're going to get gratitude right away. We already have it, but you will see that, yeah, gratitude's the right word for what Mr. Mufareh has done. And when you look at the products of ONPASSIVE, superior at a lower price, Marty, Dan, and I can come in, look at any product that ONPASSIVE comes out with, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's the webinar platform, whether it's the educational platform, whether it's the H&R platform, all the platform that Mr. Farr is going to come out with, superior lower price point. Because of what we've done and what we've developed over the years, we can come in and take any one of those products and it's over. And when I say it's over, I'm talking about your bottom line. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about it coming in and being able to pretty much call the shots. You can do whatever you want to do. And it's because of the other things that we've put together, not only the online shop and the products, but all the content that we can develop with sales page, the landing page, the sales page, the autoresponders, the follow-ups, everything that's involved in marketing to people. This is Marty, Dan, and I. And I'm going to tell you why you should be grateful in just a second. So we've been able to do that. We've been able to come into a market, be able to analyze a market, see how big the market is, see if it's big enough for us to come in and actually start marketing in that market. Because obviously, if you're going to market something, money has to be there. ONPASSIVE, why should you be grateful? When you look at the markets of ONPASSIVE, they're not baby markets. They're not toothpicks, they're not toothbrushes, they're big, big, big markets. And when you just take a few products of ONPASSIVE, it is $1 trillion industry, it is $1 trillion market. And when I say that, that's not over 10 or 20 years. That's an annual amount that could come into ONPASSIVE if they took over the whole market. $1 trillion. That's massive. So again, when you look at a business plan, putting it together, doing all the things you need to do, having the market, and then coming in and driving traffic, getting eyes in front of what you have, it's a very, very difficult thing to do. Marty, Dan, and I, we've learned how to do that over the last 12 years. It takes time. You can't do this overnight. And then we come, why should you be great? Why should you be grateful for ONPASSIVE? As you look at what Mr. Mufareh has done with the new digital infrastructure, putting everything together under one umbrella, everything being connected, everything that Marty, Dan, and I have learned to do over 12 years, and it doesn't matter when you come into ONPASSIVE, if you've been here for 5 years, or if you come in as we come into the new launch of ONPASSIVE, you have everything that Marty, Dan, and I have and have developed over the last 5 years. What does that mean? You can do what we can do right away. Boom, right away. Doesn't take any time. And everybody here, everybody coming into ONPASSIVE can do those things. But it's even better than that. If you don't have the inclination to do those things, and by the way, they're very, very easy to do. It doesn't take much to come into ONPASSIVE, cut time frames, and get to that place you want to be quicker. It doesn't take that much. But if you want to come in, do the minimal in ONPASSIVE and let ONPASSIVE do the work, you can do that too. That's what Mr. Mufareh has done. Do you have something to be grateful for? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because it doesn't matter if you come in and you just don't have the inclination to do a lot. Mr. Mufareh is going to get you to that place where he's going to force you to be successful. What does that mean? Your bottom line is going to change, and over time you will get to the place where you won't worry about finances. That's Mr. Mufareh. That is ONPASSIVE. So as I think about ONPASSIVE, as I think about what Mr. Mufareh has done, as I think about his vision, as I think about the new digital, and it's such a big deal, the new digital platform. It is massive, guys. It is ONPASSIVE in its totality, and we don't even know what the totality of ONPASSIVE is. There are going to be things that are going to be added to this new digital infrastructure that will blow your mind. You think it's good now. You think it's good now. You haven't seen anything yet, guys. And we're right at the beginning of this. We get to participate with Mr. Mufareh. He wants us to come in. He wants us to participate. He wants us to get excited about what he's doing and what's coming, not in months or years, but in weeks. Do you have something to be grateful for? Absolutely. This is ONPASSIVE. This is what they bring to the table. This is what Mr. Mufareh brings to the table. And I want to end with one last thing, and I'll turn it back over to you, Bob. I work because I'm waiting for ONPASSIVE to do the relaunch, and obviously you got to pay your bills. I work. And I work with some very high-end individuals. They make a lot of money. They really do. But they're not that much different than you and I. They like to have fun. I love that word, don't you? You want to have fun. That's why a lot of people come into ONPASSIVE. They want to have fun. And these high-end individuals, when they have fun, they do it the right way. They go where they want to go. They do what they want to do. They have the money to do that. But here's the caveat. They're just like you and I. They work like dogs. And they work probably 90 to 95% of the time, and they've got 5% of their life to have fun. And I'm going, it shouldn't be that way. Let's turn that thing around. Let's make it 95% of the time you're having fun and 5% of the time you're working.